What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Jets franchise, and we are coming off the heels of a pretty heartbreaking loss last week against the San Francisco 49ers, only losing by 1 point. So, moving on to week 3, we actually get a weekly award, and who's that? CJ Mosley. I mean, to be fair, he did have a really big game last week. So, if you guys do enjoy this video, definitely feel free to hit that like button. That would mean a lot. And also, if you're new around here, go ahead and subscribe as well. But anyway, now that we're done with that, I have messed around with a little bit of sliders. I just turned the QB accuracy, pass blocking, interceptions, and pass coverage for CPU skill down 5. And I also upped field goal accuracy up to 65. Not that we really need it, but, well, actually, I mean, have you seen my kick meter struggles? Yeah, we might need it as well. But it's mainly for the CPU. I feel like the CPU just misses too many field goals in general in Madden. We also turned injuries down to 17. So being that we are in week 3 now, we do have the ability to start scouting players, and I am going to use C4's draft class for 2021, and then I think after that we're probably going to have auto-generated guys. But really, I just want to get guys like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields in the NFL. I mean, Jamar Chase, obviously we'll have to take a look and see what our draft position is going to be like and what our needs are at that time, but Jamar Chase would be nice. Very nice to have on this team. He actually just opted out of the 2020 season yesterday, so we got a couple of guys looking for new contracts, and Avery Williamson, the Madden outside linebacker, just bug, hits us once again, and Avery Williamson wants a ton of money simply because he's listed as a right outside linebacker, not a middle linebacker. So that's not great. We're probably going to have to try to cheese that, move him back to middle linebacker before we actually try to re-sign him. I don't know. Either way, we're taking on the Colts in this week's game, and looks like they don't have any X factors, so we're going to be kicking off first, and oh my god, that was horrendous. Maybe we do need the field goal accuracy bump as well, but that's going to go back for a touchback, and out comes, I assume, Phillip Rivers. Yep, there he is. We're going to send some pressure right away here, and it's going to be a run with Marlon Mack. We are going to limit him to only 1 yard on the first play of the game for the Colts. Definitely looks like a passing formation here, 100%. And they're just going to beat our zone coverage. Marcus May with a huge hit, though. But he does manage to get up to about the 50. So 3 tight ends on the field for him here. We're going to send another blitz, and Peanut almost gets there. Bradley McDougald should not have jumped for that. And that's going to be another big gain for him. They're definitely moving the ball pretty well here. Going to come out in man coverage here, and they're going to run it, and just nobody in sight for Marlon Mack. So 3rd down now after an incomplete pass, and they're going to try to run for it with Marlon Mack. He's going to get it. So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line, and Rivers is just going to throw that one away. So decent coverage, I would assume, on that one. But 2nd and 10 now here from the 11. And Mosley's there. Coverage sack for Peanut. That's what we like to see. Back him up to the 21. 3rd and extremely long now. We're going to send a little bit of pressure, but obviously we want to protect just in case here. And, okay, change of direction this year is going to be big. Jabari Zuniga, though, with the coverage sack, and they marched the hell right down the field, and our defense definitely put up a good stand there getting into the red zone. So they're going to have to settle for a field goal try, and let's see. He does put it through, just barely, actually. So here comes Sam Darnold and the Jets, and we're going to start it off with what worked well for us last week against the Niners, and just didn't have the blocks on that one. Going to try to keep it on the ground here again, 2nd and 9, and see if we can get a decent gain, and we do. Le'Veon, is that enough for a first? It is. All right, so this is an interesting formation here. I think I'm going to send Mims on a streak, and we'll see if he can beat his guy. Doesn't look like he can, but Chris Herndon gets wide open, makes a hell of a catch up to the 33-yard line now. Started off on the ground here on first down, and great run, Le'Veon. Into the red zone now, up to the 20-yard line. All right, I like this play. I like Mims on this play. We'll see. Looks like we're just going to take the shot into triple coverage, and Chris Herndon is in the right place at the right time. That was a terrible decision by me, but oh my God, did Chris Herndon just... That is the luckiest touchdown pass I have ever had in my life. Look at that. Chris Herndon just turns around and the ball's right there in his hands. If that was Madden 20, he would not have caught that ball. He wouldn't even have come close to catching that ball. I'm surprised he even did on this game. But that, damn, dude. We're gonna take a 7-3 lead now after that just circus of a catch. So the Colts come back out on offense, and I realized only after I'd already kicked the extra point that I kind of wanted to get that on instant replay and make that the thumbnail. So hopefully we'll have another interesting play like that throughout the game. But anyway, back to the gameplay. That was a pretty decent stop on first down, and Mosley is going to try to cover TY, and they're just going to hit the tight end instead. So 3rd and 3. We're going to send some pressure once again. See if we can get to Phillip Rivers on this play. And Mosley almost got there, and the tight end's going to drop the ball. So good play by Bless Austin for sure. So after the punt, we are going to take over from our 34. We're going to start it off on the ground with Le'Veon, and got to cut that up the middle. Gains about 3. Looks like they may be bringing the house on this play. So I'm looking for Crowder on that little out route, and looks like that was a bad decision. Should have been picked off. Was not a great throw at all. Probably should have touched past it. That makes sense. But 3rd and 7 here. Looking for Herndon probably on that route. Definitely like that route a lot typically. But Brashad Perriman's got a step. Make that catch. Great catch by Brashad Perriman. And we are up to the 22. All right, I just realized I think I accidentally turned shoe clock on. We're going to hit Chris Herndon, and Sam makes a horrible pass. Oh, God. 2nd and 10, we're just going to keep things simple. Run it up the middle with Le'Veon. Try to get some of that yardage, and it's enough for a first. We're up to the 11, and this is probably the worst place to be in the red zone. But we are going to try to punch it in here. Actually, I like the run on this play. Let's see, cut it back left. Truck a man, gets up to the 3. So we're definitely knocking on the door here. Try to hit him with some slants, see if maybe Crowder might be open. I feel like he should be. Oh yeah, easy touchdown. Good pass from Sam. We are up 14-3 after the extra point. All right, so the Colts are back out on offense, and God, I really do not like this formation, but Zuniga's going to beat his man and get back there for the sack. Great play by the rookie. And that's the 2nd sack on the day. He did have that coverage sack earlier, so we are actually getting some pressure here on the Colts, surprisingly enough. They do have a really great O-line. Let's see if he can do it again on the double team. He cannot. And they're going to find him in, and Matthias Farley comes in with a huge hit. Brian Poole has a chance. He takes it all the way for the score. Fantastic play by Matthias Farley. Just an absolute missile. Watch this. Where's Farley? Here he is, number 41. We're going to zoom in on him a little bit. Look at this hit. Just, oh my God. And Brian Poole, credit to him as well. The scoop and the score, making everybody miss. But Matthias Farley, absolutely great play. Colts on offense once again from the 25 after the touchback. And they're going to start it off on the ground with Marlon Mack. Gains a few. So here we are on 2nd and 7. I'm going to try to user the defensive line a little bit. Try to generate some pressure. But As we do that, T.Y. Hilton gets open for a big gain. They're up to the 49, and the quarter is about to end. Let's see if they get a snap off before, and they do not. So at the end of the first quarter, we are up 21-3 with a bit of luck on our side today. Finally, after the last two games have been pretty rough. So the Colts starting the second quarter here. Going to keep it on the ground with Marlon Mack. Gains about 5, and Braden Smith is hurt on the play. That is massive for us, actually. He is a very good tackle, so hopefully that'll help us get some pressure from the edge. And let's see what they do on 2nd and 5. Looks like they're going to pass it. Matthias Farley get back there, and he does. Coverage sack again for a peanut. Our defense is playing out of its mind today. The 3rd and long here, and we're just going to use her Quinnen, try to get some pressure, and cannot, gets manhandled. And that is a good find for Rivers. Is that Dante Moncrief? Who is that? Oh, Zach Pascal. God. I am behind the times on my Colts receivers, but Dante Moncrief's actually on the Jets now in real life. So, coming out. Matthias Farley, do it again. Pascal makes a miss on that one, but he does manage to get enough for the first. So 1st and 10 from the 28. Going to keep it on the ground to start with Marlon Mack. Only gains 2. And we're going to send some pressure here. About half of our sacks have been coverage sacks, and Mosley almost gets back there. But Marlon Mack picked him up, and Rivers is going to find the tight end, I believe, for a big game. Or Michael Pittman, he's not a tight end, he's a receiver. Anyway, doesn't matter. They are up to the 7, knocking on the door here. So let's drop back into zone a little bit, and Steve McClendon making a play in the run game. I don't think they gained any yards on that play. So 2nd and goal from the 7 now, and no running back in the backfield. So Mosley is going to make the tackle. Does hold on, though, so they're up to the 3. So 3rd and goal from the 3. Let's see what they do. We are playing zone coverage here. And, all right, so they beat our zone. Michael Pittman, I think. He was number 84, wasn't he? Or no, he was 86. That's Jack Doyle. God. Anyway, they do manage to punch it in there. And it's going to be 21-10. So we're finally back on offense after what feels like quite a while. We're going to keep it on the ground to start. Run it up the middle with Le'Veon. Doesn't gain much. Darius Leonard wrapped him up pretty well. Was going to look for a slant look on that play, but I think we're going to run it. And Le'Veon gains a few once again. So 3rd and 3 here. Now is probably when I want to hit him with the slant. Actually, no, we're just going to hit him with the slant, see what happens. Running it looks pretty nice to the right side. Crowder does manage to get the first, though. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But we got the job done. 1st and 10 from the 39. Going to hit him with a play action here. They are sending a safety blitz. And it looks like Chris Herndon had a chance. Wasn't a great throw, to be fair. Kind of thrown behind him, unfortunately. 2nd and 10 here. Keeping it short. Going to look for X, whoever that is, Perryman. And that was a god-awful throw. Sam Darnold still just being inconsistent with his throws. So on 3rd down now. Going to go back to a classic Adam Gase type play call. We're going to throw a screen on 3rd down, and Le'Veon gets enough for the first. Somehow managed to outrun that guy, but we are up to the 47. Started off on the ground here on 1st down, and didn't get the block we were hoping for. Gained a few on that one. We're going to run a read option on this play. This is going to be interesting out of the Wildcat. Sam Darnold's actually over there on the right side. So let's see what we can do. Le'Veon out of the Wildcat gets a first. So that might be a play we go back to. Seems like the ground game is working, so we're going to stay with it on this play, and we just didn't get the block. we were hoping for there. Darius Leonard just eats that play up. So 2nd and 11, we're going to look for Crowder over the middle or Perryman on that out route here. And we're going to hit Perryman. Good timing pass on that one up to the 20. I like this play action pass here. We're going to look for Herndon or Mims more than likely. And it is going to be Mims. And I didn't see the safety. That one's on me. Did not see the safety. Blended in very well with the end zone there, not going to lie. So there's Sam's first interception of the week, and I would not be surprised if there were at least 2 more, but decent play there on 1st down to stop the run. We're going to come out in cover 3, and they're just going to run it up the middle for a decent gain, but overall, the run game has been pretty locked up for the Colts, and looks like a passing down here, 3rd and 5. So we're going to come out in zone coverage and just going to take the dump off to Marlon Mack, but CJ Mosley's going to read that, make the tackle, and prevent the first. So I would assume they're probably going to be punting here, but 2-minute warning is going to hit, and they're not going to get it off. After a really good return by Tony Pollard on the punt, we are set up already on their half of the field, and I was going to run a screen pass, but I think I'm going to run this inside zone here. Nobody in the box at all. Le'Veon gonna truck a man, but the second guy gets him down. So up to the 27. Great run for Lev on that one. And I think now is when we hit him with the screen. And Le'Veon gonna be wide open. Gets almost enough for a first. 2nd in inches now. And the clock is moving. So this is perfect, actually. We're going to try to hit him with some slants here. Got Crowder over the middle. Can't quite get in the end zone, but we are up to the 3. I think the move here is probably going to be a pitch, and we will do that. Let's just find that real quick. Want to run it to the left side. Actually, running up the middle might be even better here. I think we will run that to the left, get up the middle, and Le'Veon walks in for the touchdown. 31 seconds to go till halftime. We are up 28-10. This is by far our best performance so far in the season. Obviously, there's still another half to go. If we put up 28 in the first half, they could easily do that in the second half. So, don't want to, what's the term? Can't think of the actual saying for the life of me, but it's, something like don't count on things before it's actually a thing, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, they are more than likely going to, actually it looks like they're going to try to actually put some points up before the half, so we should probably play defense. And just keeping it short so far, and a massive hit from Brian Poole. They got 19 seconds to march down the field and get into field goal range, so let's see if they can do it. Out in a cover 3 set here. They're just going to keep dumping it off to Jack Doyle. But that was their last time out, so it looks like they're going to have to throw it up here and hope for something to happen. So I think we're just going to use a D lineman and try to get some pressure. We do not, but they're not going to have enough time. And I will see you guys at the start of the second half. Start of half number 2. We're going to keep it on the ground to start. And our offensive lineman just got tangled up. Greg Van Roten. And who was that? Greg Van Roten. And is that Alex Lewis, or is he out with a shoulder? I don't remember. It is Alex Lewis. They just get tangled up on this play. They literally just run right into each other. That's... What are you doing, dude? What? So the screens so far in this game have been working pretty well for us. So we're going to go back to it here. And great block. And Le'Veon breaks a tackle. He just keeps going. Gets enough for a first, I believe. And he does. We're going to send Perryman on a streak, I think. But we're more than likely going to end up taking a slant. And we are. Crowder wide open. And he's got room. Crowder turn on the Jets. Gets up to about the 8-yard line. What a play. Crowder just making things happen for us. So all of a sudden we are up 1st and goal here And we're going to start it off on the ground. That was a good block by Greg Van Roten, but the third guy does come around and make the tackle on us. Going to the ground game once again, try to just force it in there. Le'Veon gets up to the 1. So being on the 1 yard line, I think this is a perfect time to get the old man involved and run a fullback dive. Let's see if Frank Gore can get it in, and he can. I don't know about that call. I think he might have been short. Let's see. They are going to review it. Yeah, I really don't think he got in there, but we'll see what they say. So, what's it going to be, ref? Touchdown or not? No touchdown, and you know what? The same exact situation last week came to bite us, so I don't think we are going to take the points. We are going to go for it here. 4th and goal from the 1. I like Chris Herndon right there, but we'll see. Chris Herndon makes the catch. 2nd touchdown of the day for our young tight end, and we extend our lead 35-10 now, halfway through the 3rd. So the Colts come out on offense starting on the 25. They're going to start it off on the ground, and they're going to get a big gain on that one. That was really the first time all game that our defense hasn't been able to stop the run, I think. So 1st and 10 here from the 43. We're going to send some pressure, and it is going to be a run once again with Marlon Mack, but we are going to be able to wrap him up for a shorter gain on this one. We're going to come out in man here, and let's use our Quinnen, see if we can get some pressure, and we do! Quinnen Williams with the sack on the screen play. And it's going to be 3rd and long now for the Colts. So 3rd and long, we're going to be coming out in cover 3. And Rivers is just going to throw it away. So they'll be punting here. And we have a chance to just completely blow the doors off of this game. We'll start it off on the ground as usual, and let's run a pitch to the left with Lev, and just not fast enough to get by 26 there, unfortunately. So, modest gain on the play. All right, if we've got the time here, I like Mims on that deep out route, and they're going to cover that. We are going to hit Crowder, who gets his feet down, and we get a first. Gonna hit him with a play-action play here, and it looks like Perryman might potentially have a chance. He does not. The safety was helping over the top of Crowder. Another big gain for Jamison Crowder. He is having a hell of a day here for us. Gonna go back to the ground here on 1st and 10 from the 35, and Le'Veon can't make the man miss, but he does gain about 6. All right, you guys know I do like these plays. Going to look for Crowder and Herndon. And don't like either of those. Going to hit Perryman on the slant up to the 20. We're knocking on the door once again. And Sam Darnold, I just saw 15 of 20 this game. This could be Sam Darnold's breakout game. Was going to keep it on the ground, but the safeties moved a little bit. I think we're going to look for Chris Herndon on that streak. And don't like that. Darnold hit as he's thrown. George Fant gets injured on the play, and that was just not great all around. So 2nd and 10 here. Going to look for these out routes. We're going to hit Herndon, and the pass just brought him back towards the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, only gains 3. So 3rd and 7 here. And we could go back to this, or we could look to run it. And I think we will look to run it on this one. If we don't get the first at this point, I'll just take my points. But I think running it here is probably going to give us the best chance of getting a first. And we do not, unfortunately. So we will kick a field goal and extend our lead just a little bit more. George Fant should return soon. That's fine. So it's 3rd and 6 here after a couple of failed plays for the Colts, and they're going to take the short pass to Marlon Mack. Looks like he's got enough for a first, and he does. So the Colts are going to continue their drive here. Hasn't been the greatest drive so far. We're going to send some pressure on this one and see if we can get back there for a sack. And it looks like Phillip Rivers is going to hand it off to Marlon Mack. And we are just going to continue our dominance in the run game. Another 3rd down here for the Colts. And we're going to send some pressure on this one. They do manage to get another first. So they are driving a little bit, but it's not very efficiently. Of course, right after I got done saying that, Rivers hit T.Y. Hilton for a pretty big gain. So, 1st down here, delayed handoff to Marlon Mack, but it's only going to gain about 4. Going to send pressure once again here on 2nd and 6. Definitely trying to get, trying to get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback this game. The past 2 weeks obviously has not been great, but we've done a much better job, I want to say, this week than we have in the past. So they're on the red zone now on the 15-yard line. They come out in cover 2, and we'll see what they do. They just hit the flat. Pierre Desir makes a nice open field tackle. They come out in man once again, and we'll see what Rivers does with it. Brian Poole just can't deflect the pass on that one. Pascal gets up. It is now 1st and goal from the 4. And the Colts are knocking on the door for the first time in a long, long while in this game. So let's see if they manage, and they do. T.Y. Hilton sneaks past me with C.J. Mosley and gets in there for the touchdown. But it is still 38-17, so I think we should be fine. So I think we're going to try to run a little bit of clock here as we've gotten the ball back from our 25. Le'Veon, a nice gain of about 9 on the first play, but like I said, going to try to limit the time remaining in the game. So try to keep it on the ground as much as we can, and Le'Veon is just having a field day. So they do manage to force a 3rd down now that we've gotten on their side of the field. So we're going to hit them with some slants. And Crowder, not a good pass. Darius Leonard just sitting there lurking, picks us off. So defense is going to have to come back out. And of course, my poor decision-making strikes again in the passing game. So the Colts are knocking on the door once again, and I think I actually might need to turn down the CPU quarterback accuracy just a little bit more, because Phillip Rivers is at 86% at the moment, and that's a little high. That is a little high, not going to lie. So they are up to the 8. They got 3 minutes left in the game, and actually down by 21, so they're going to have to get lucky with some onside kicks here, but they're up to the 2. Let's see. I think we will run goal line on this play. See if we can get back there. And they are going to keep it on the ground and fumble. C.J. Mosley's going to force that, and if he's fast enough, I don't know if he is. T.Y. is probably going to catch him. But come on, C.J., you got it. Come on. Gets back to the 16. So huge stand there by the defense, and we get the ball back. And at this point, we can probably just run the clock out. So it's 1st and goal from the 6 after literally just running it, and we'll see. I mean, we really don't need to score again, obviously, as we've got this game wrapped up. But you know what? I'm not going to just kneel it. If we get in there, we get in there. So we're at the 1-yard line, and let's see if Frank Gore can get his touchdown since it got called back earlier. There is only... This is going to be the last play of the game. Just to rub it in, Frank Gore gets in there, and that was completely unnecessary. But once again, we're playing a computer, so, you know, they don't have feelings. They can't get their feelings hurt. So we're going to win by a final score of 44-17. And great game from us. I mean, all around, aside from our 2 picks that we threw, that was easily our best performance of the season so far through 3 games. So Sam Darnold had a great game aside from the 2 picks, which probably were both more on me than him. At least one of them definitely was. But 279 yards, completed 69% of his passes and 3 touchdowns. By far his best performance. Le'Veon Bell, once again, just continuing his dominant performance so far on the season. That's his 3rd straight 100-plus yard game, and also added a touchdown. Jamison Crowder had a massive game for us. 6 catches, 126 yards, and a touchdown. Christopher Herndon had 2 touchdowns as well. And was that it? Rashad Perryman did have a couple of nice plays, but apparently nobody else caught a pass. It was just these 4 guys. That's kind of nuts. Blocking, looks like we did not allow a single sack, which is fantastic. CJ Mosley, did he have a forced fumble? He did. He also had a fumble recovery. He might be in the conversation for Player of the Week once again. So we did a really good job as well this week of getting after the quarterback. I mean, granted, probably half of those were covered sacks, but 5 total sacks on the day for us, especially Zuniga getting involved. Really love to see that out of the rookie. So, great game. And after the game, we've got a couple of guys with some upgrades. Give Bless Austin the man-to-man. It's somewhat decent, I suppose. We're definitely going to try to get Mekhi Becton up in that pass protector archetype, because that is desperately what we need on this O-line. So Jabari Zuniga, after getting 2 sacks, does get a speed rusher upgrade, and that is going to do it for upgrades. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, week 3 of the Jets franchise. Next week we will be taking on the Denver Broncos at home. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. We had a fantastic performance pretty much all around this week, so could this be the Jets breaking out a little bit after a couple of rough games to start the season? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we do next week. We can string together a couple of these really nice performances. We might have a shot at the playoffs. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, once again, a like would be fantastic. And if you guys are new, hit that sub button as well. That would be great. We are aiming for 1,700 subs at some point. I guess that's logically the next goal. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. I will see you guys in the next one.